Welcome back, everyone, to episode 4 of Can You Survive 25 series. Um, where I left off last night, in the last episode, was last night or last month. We were just finishing up contracts. Didn't really get any more contracts. Well, we got one more contract. We got a contract for weeding, which we didn't have a weeder. So I did buy this. I'll show you right now because I've got a guy using it right now on a contract. Just this cheap weeder, the the starter one. It's not very wide. Cost about 6,500, but the contract is worth almost four, so it's almost paid for. And now we've got it going on this big field, which this contract is going to pay quite a bit. Almost 12 grand. So that thing will be more than paid off. Although with that smaller weeder, that thing is going to be, it's going to take forever to do that field. Plans for today is uh, we want to get our field planted with grass for sure. I'm also going to overnight. Our sawmill produced pallets, so I'm going to try and take these over to the playground, sell those, whatever comes out of there. I don't have my trailer that I like to use or a truck, something with auto load. So I'm going to have to mess with pallets, which I absolutely hate, but that's where we're at. We're going to use this odd fork that I bought last time that doesn't have a collision. Make sure we're getting rid of the winch. Probably don't need to carry it around. So we'll see how this works. Because like I said, I'm not very good with pallets, loaders. It just... I think I mentioned this in the last episode, but this is one of the things that I don't like about this sawmill. You can see the anti-collision is we go right through that. Now we can do the straps. Now we can pick it up. So it's kind of cheesing it, but it'll allow us to do a lot of things with these forks. But anyway, back to the sawmill. I don't like the spot where it kicks out the products. It's so tiny. I mean, basically you got what, 3 pallets there? I'm sure this sawmill has more in it. And I think it needs to either have a bigger area, or there is a way to program them to stack pallets. So yeah, basically you turn, when you don't have the straps on, you can run that collision. Your forks doesn't touch anything. It just goes straight through the pallet. Then you can do the forks and pick them all up. Hoping you can do multiple pallets of straps. Yeah, it's holding. Okay. Can we do 3? Yeah, you can see what I mean. There's still product in there. This it's still kicking them out. dumped them there. Can I pick up 3? Yeah. Although I think that's probably it. I don't think I should push my luck more than that. So we'll probably, since we got 3 on here, maybe we'll run down to the playground just to see what we can get. Keep selling these. So I think there's a good chance we have to sell the John Deere today. We need $47,000 for the seed, or for the seeder to be able to plant our grass field. I don't know if we'll get enough in contracts and planks and stuff like that, but we'll see. We'll make that what we do towards the end of the day, just in case we can keep it. It is nice having 3 tractors. Like right now I can be using 1. I could have 2 workers going to make us more income. I've really never sold at the playground. I've been up here before just to check it out, but I've never brought planks over here. I think I'm gonna stop here first. See, there's 2 points over here. Oh yeah, to even start this we need rope to get through the first stage, which we are not even close to that yet, but we can still sell. And is this part of the playground? The Maker Hall. So you can actually buy this. So this must be like a production building then? And maybe you can make little toys and stuff like this? Huh. That might be something we look into later on. It's pretty close to where we are. It gives us something to do with the wood. Once we get enough wood in this to... But this is going to take a lot of wood. I've kind of looked at the requirements for this. And it takes a lot of wood. So... go. Oh, nice. $8,400. That's a good start to our morning. Eventually I'd like to buy this piece of land. It's right next to ours. Maybe cut out these trees in between and even see about joining the fields. I don't know if that's an option, but at the same time maybe we don't even need to do that, because we are going to convert these eventually over to sheep pastures. So maybe I don't need 1 sheep pasture that big, and I can just maybe make 2 or 3 big sheep pastures with those 2 properties. So how's everybody's progression going on their playthrough? Seems like we're a little slow right now. We're still in that, we gotta fight through these contracts and scraps for the next year or 2. but we'll get there. Let's go down to that. I do need to fix up this area around this sawmill. I don't like that way that ground's poking through. I wonder if I can't paint over it with cement. And this will be so much easier when we get our auto load trailer. Just pull up here and pick everything up, which is what I prefer. I know it's not super realistic, and neither are these forks we're using. But from a quality of life, instead of sitting here screwing around with pallets for hours every day, because it's only going to get worse as we get more productions. We get our sheep farm going, we're going to have wool every day or every few days to deal with. See if I can get all three again. Yep. Alrighty. But like I said, this playground takes a lot of wood. These long planks, if I remember right, take something like 90,000 liters of these. So we'll have to provide 90 of these pallets. That'll take quite a while. And now that I see that we need the rope to even begin that, it kind of makes me wonder how we're going to progress there. Well, for one thing, once we do get the sheep going and get the wool going, maybe we need to buy the rope maker first instead of the spinnery to make fabric. I was thinking, I know it's going to take fabric, but if it needs the rope first, it probably makes more sense to get started on the rope than the spinnery. $12,000. A nice little payday going. 26.5. Have to see what else is. I don't know how much more is going to kick out of this. I didn't really even look at it to see what it produced. Just gonna kind of keep pulling pallets out of it till it quits making more. So when I'm filming this, it's Friday, January 10th, and Giants has been back this whole week. The mods have been super slow. I don't think we've gotten but 15 to 20, and that includes all the ones that PC can use. So for the console players, it's been even worse. So I did see a deal where they had over 1,400 mods that are waiting that they've got at Giants. So that's just crazy. Now, a big chunk of those will get rejected, sent back, have to be redone. It'll take a while, but I'm just saying it's going to take quite a while to get through that backlog. From what I understand, Giants doesn't have a huge team that does just mod testing, so either it's going to take them a while, they might have to look into hiring more. But I don't know. My feelings, or I don't want to say my feelings, my experience with most of these developers is they're probably not hiring more people for that. They're just going to deal with the backlog. It'll just be slow. It's great that we have that many mods in there ready to come. I'm excited to see kind of what they are. At the same time, obviously, it's frustrating that I think they said the waiting time on a new mod is something like 20 plus days. So that's a little frustrating. So then that's just to get through the pending stage, I think, or just get to the pending stage. But at the same time, if somebody making a mod has to wait that long, maybe they're going to get a little frustrated and not want to make mods for a while. So that kind of stinks. Still looking for some small equipment mods to maybe start a playthrough. Kind of like a survival playthrough. I've never done that. It'd be fun, but I think it'd be more fun if we had some smaller equipment. It can be done now easy enough with this bigger equipment they have in the game. It's definitely more interesting to have an old small tractor to break your first ground on a map like Frontier, something like that, than a bigger tractor. Oh, I'd like to say I'm getting better at this, but it's just not true. See if I can drop it. Yeah, these wood beams, if I remember right, it takes like over 150,000 wood beams for this playground, which is just insane. Of course, if you play on the new Asian map, to build the temple over there, that thing it's insane. You're talking like $500,000 for some of the wooden products you need, and I think it's 8.5 years to make if you have all the supplies, so you're not having a month where they're waiting on you to give them stuff. So that's a crazy one to build. It'd be fun to get to have that achievement. Other thing I would like to mention is I guess I was talking about wanting to do a survival playthrough. I did start a new playthrough, and probably by the time you see this video, the first episode of that will be out. It's I'm calling it the Animal Whisperer. Basically, it's an animal challenge where I can only make money from animals and their products. So we're talking things like, you know, I could sell the animals themselves. I could sell wool, milk, eggs, stuff like that. Starting out with kind of the normal start from scratch, 500K, 250K in debt, and go from there. You know, any crops that you produce can only be used to feed. You can't sell off like the excess. So I'm not sure how it's going to turn out. I think it's really going to be a struggle. You know, no contracts, no loans. I can lease equipment, but if you haven't seen that yet, I'll leave it in a card up above, and I'll also post that in the description somewhere. So go check it out. I'd appreciate it. I plan on running both of these series side by side, probably alternate releases for the time being until something else comes about. Like I said before, this is a long-term project, so eventually we could see this go down to once a week kind of deal, you know, and it might be more just like an update deal. Kind of stop by, you know, this is what we've done the last few months. Because we're going to be on this series for years in real life and game, so I think I'm gonna try and expand this field, since I do have this subsoiler that works like a plow, and we can. So before we plant this field, which like I said, we're gonna go to the end of the day, but after selling those planks, we're in pretty good shape. The John Deere might be saved today. I don't know. We'll have to see kind of like what comes up, what contracts. So we're not going to expand it much here. I'm just kind of looking. There is room around the edge here. I don't think I want to do along the road. I've had nightmares with that so far in 25 when I've expanded along the road. It seems like it starts glitching because of the signs and telephone poles down there. It'll get hung up on. I think I'm just gonna maybe try this on 3 sides. And maybe we'll just go 1 width wide, maybe. I know that isn't much, but you know, it's an extra bale or two, I would think. At least a bale each time, and when you're doing that 4 times a year, that will add up. Plus more area once we do come in. Might need to turn my HUD back on. Just to make sure that I am activating it so that it'll create a field. We are. Now this is probably going to turn up stones and stuff. Probably just going to ignore that for the time being. I don't really have anything to deal with it anyway. We might not get as great a yield on this outside strip, but that's fine. Eventually we'll get it and clean it up. Let's see. Yeah, quite a bit over here. I could maybe even go 2 wide, but I think I'll just do 1 for now. Get this all planted to grass, start getting that silage going. I know we're only going to get 1 this year, but silage is going to be our big money maker for the first year or two until we can start getting the sheep going, and eventually probably cotton. Don't have access to this land. Must be right in the corner here. Go. Now, like I said, I know it's not much, but every little bit will help. And with the AI improvements in 25, it should recognize this as part of the field, I think. Let's shut this off so it doesn't create fields. So yeah, if I go in here, no detection. What about if I come onto the field? Yeah, there we go. Let's see what the line's on it. Yeah, so that's part of the field now, which is nice. I like how that works. I've been watching some videos on people using Courseplay. I've never used it, but from what I gather, it would be great to help you build fields like this and do advanced things. So I might be looking into that. I might also just wait until it comes out on the mod hub, because right now you've got to download it directly. That way maybe all more of the bugs are out. I'm not sure how mods work too once you download them on GitHub and they do come on mod hub. I'm not sure if you need to uninstall the other one or if it seamlessly moves over. Not real sure. But for now, I'll probably just make fields this way like I just did. Leave that there. I guess I also should mention that I did fill this up, cut down some trees. I didn't fill it up, I just put a few more into it. So we still got 2-3 days worth. But this, I'm wondering if I can't. Let's go into the construction menu here and see if I can't touch this up. Do a little landscaping. Concrete makes sense. Zoom in. That's annoying too. When you're up next to the edge, you can't get closer. Kind of got to do it from the distance. But if I just, yeah, that's what I want. Paint over that with concrete. Maybe I'll clean that up. Maybe we'll put a little concrete out there. Cover that up. Likewise over here, clean this up. We got more over here. Do I want to go concrete here or gravel it? I assuming this is gravel. Will that match? Yeah. So maybe we'll come off of here. Kind of cover all this up. Make our square a little bit bigger, quicker. I do have the paint anywhere on, so it might be, I mean, maybe if you didn't have that, it wouldn't allow you to do a lot of that, but there we go. That looks a lot better. There is another spot there underneath. Let's go back to the concrete. Yeah. Take care of that. Look like it kind of comes out here a little ways. It's fine. Doesn't have to be perfect. But at least I won't have that hitting when you're trying to pick up a pallet like it was. Kind of the bumpy. And then this area looks nice to drag in. So that's kind of where we are. We made a lot more money off the wood than I thought we were going to. Kind of the plan for the rest of the day is going to be these contracts. I see we do have the cultivating one done, so we'll collect that. Oh yeah, I did remove the mod that allowed me to have more contracts, so now I'll have to be doing just the 3. So we'll be looking at I'm probably just going to do some of these contracts for the rest of the day. Got these weeding ones. I've got the weeding guy going though right at the moment. And I'll probably just jump cut and bring you back towards the end of the day to how the contracts, or if a contract comes up, just kind of if we need a new piece of equipment, I might come back and discuss that. But for right now, you've seen contracts. I'm just going to kind of keep busy with that. I might cut down some wood, a few pieces, just to keep this thing topped off. This tree needs to go at some time, but like I said, it's not in the way. We'll start with a couple of these that I want out of the way, but I'll be back in a bit. It would be probably several in-game hours, but it'll be instantly for you guys. So see you in a bit. Welcome back, everyone. Meant to be back a little quicker, but kind of got close to dark on us. We basically did a bunch of contracts. We had several cultivating contracts, weeding contracts. I think we had a plowing one and a mowing contract. The one odd thing I've noticed is the past 2 days or 2 months, I haven't had a fertilizing contract. And you know, we'd gotten this fertilizer lime spreader on sale. Normally, you've always got at least a fertilizing contract, you know, almost every month until the winter months. So it's a little odd. I don't know what's going on with contracts. And I kind of screwed up. Because I seen that trailer sitting up there, I thought, well, I should probably put lime on our field before we plant. And I haven't done lime in forever. I've never done it in FS25 here. So I came back, got about halfway through putting lime on the field, and realized for lime to work, you have to have a bare field. So wasted a lot of lime. Went back, got the cultivator, and came back, cultivated, then I reapplied the lime. The other thing it's been so long since I did lime, I forgot how fast you run through it. So I did put down this buying station. This is a mod and you do get a 10% discount on it. But the lime for some reason, was more expensive than what I would buy at the store. So it is 10% off of what they say market. So maybe the market price for lime is pretty high right now. I mean, it was almost double what I would have paid at the store. but it is more convenient to have it here. So we do have this. I think it was $2,500 to put this down. Just gonna make it more convenient. We can do fertilizer, fuel, all that right here. The other thing that I do want to put down here before it gets too dark and I can't see is I want to put down our workshop. So I'm thinking over here is where I want that workshop. So yeah, we're just gonna throw it down. The used sales market has been garbage. I don't know what's going on with it. There is a mod out there that gives you more used sales deals, but the problem I feel like it gives you way too many of them, so I haven't used it. This is the workshop I'm putting in. It's a staffed workshop. Like I discussed this before, it does cost you $4,000 a month. Uh, but when our guys pull up to it, they will get repaired and cleaned off over time. So I think it's worth it. It just not having to go up and remember to always do our servicing. It's it's quick, it's easy. We can get it done right here at home. Uh, let's see here. Kind of want this to match the contour over here. Be right up next to that edge. Yeah, that's probably good. Yeah, I think I can live with that. So yeah, maybe I'll demonstrate. We'll pull this tractor up here. This tractor, 65% damage. You can see it's dirty. Does mean, however, we're gonna have to really stay on the keeping the money flowing, because we're gonna be between this and our loans, we're gonna be around $5,000 a month that we've got to have in just expenses. So you can see the damage is going down, the dirt's going down as well, and just as it sits here, it cleans it off. It's I can't remember how it works. It's kind of a random deal, but we've almost got it fully repaired. Um, yeah, there we go. Good as new. So what I tend to do then is I just park my equipment there when I come home for a bit, move on to the next tractor, things like that. But anyway, so basically the field is ready. We can we do need to get that seeder, so check the market one more time. And I think this, like I said before, this is the seeder that makes the most sense. It's direct seed, even though now technically we don't need that. We can get away with these because we did cultivate, but we're gonna do sowing contracts, so it does make sense to buy this. So I'm gonna go ahead and buy it. Yeah, there's nothing to upgrade. I got a tractor up here. And I think we got seed left over. Yeah, we got seed over there in the corner, so we'll just make sure that we take all that seed. We had this seed left over from doing some contracts that first year when we were running leased. Not much. Got our half full. and I'll run this home and I'll meet you guys there. Okay, made it back home. Just filled up with some more seed just to top it off. The one bad thing about that fill station is it doesn't allow you just to buy, say, 1,000 liters. It fills anything you're using underneath it up fully. So I thought even though we had more than enough seeds, it was a good time to just fill it since this is our planter now. Uh, and then I went ahead and fueled this up, pulled over here just to get this tractor service because it is getting beat up. It's been around for a while. This was one we bought used that was, what do I want to say, the most used, had the most hours on it, so it was pretty beat up. So we gotta remember to select the seed that we want. Let's see, we're gonna go grass. And I think I'm just gonna stick an AI worker on this, that way it gets done nice and neat. And, I'll probably just time lapse this and we'll come back and talk after it's done. Alrighty, we got it all finished. Took quite a while with this little cedar, but it is what it is. It's all we could really afford, and it might be all we need in this playthrough. I'd like to get that big bender one, but all we're going to be doing is planting seed, planting our grass one time, and then we'll move on to different crops. So maybe this is all we need. I don't know if you noticed on the time lapse there at the bottom, it was saying I didn't have excess land, so I'm not sure if it planted that last strip, but we'll just have to deal with it, live with whatever it is. So got a lot done today. Contract wise, we did a lot of contracts. There is these bale wrapping contracts still out there. I do need a bale wrapper in the next 2 months to be able to do silage. It isn't that pressing because we could just bale the grass, and if we get a wrapper, do it any time. If these were a little more lucrative, I'd probably push a little harder to get this one. We'll buy this one even though it's like 54,000 over. This one is maybe 20. Just for contracts because we can do both round and square bales with that. Also thinking about buying a deadwood trailer, a trailer that we can haul wood for this wood transport. Now that I seen how those straps worked on the forks of the loader, it's kind of odd. I'm willing to use auto load to load pallets, but for the wood transport, I think that's a little too easy. But I will go over there with the tractor and pick them up one at a time to do those. That might be a good option come winter when we're out of a lot of contracts. So those will be there. There is a sewing contract. I do think I'll do that. We had the we have the cedar now. There's no reason not to. And we got these two that we didn't collect from today. So I'll probably do that. Sewing one off camera. No sense in having you guys sit through all that. We got, like I said, we got quite a bit done. We got the workshop up, which I really wanted. It's gonna be expensive every day, but that's fine. We got the buying station. We can buy stuff from here now. But that's probably a good place to end today's episode. So please like and subscribe, and I'll see you back for episode 5. Bye.